The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Morning, Arsene.
Good morning.
It's a rare weekend off for your team. How will they be spending it?
Practicing and preparing for our game. We play early next week, so we have a good opportunity. You know, we need to recover a little bit from a very intense game against Chelsea, and we need to prepare for a battle against Swansea, because they had they fight, of course, to get out of a relegation zone, and had a very good result against Liverpool. So we have to prepare properly for this game.
2 wins in a row, a place in the Carabao Cup final as well. You must be pleased with how your squad have responded this week.
Yes, because we are at Wembley. We have an opportunity to fight for a trophy, and we had to battle. You know, we had a good second half, especially against Chelsea, but we had to battle as well at Stamford Bridge. You know, where we got a 0-0. So overall, yes, we responded well to a disappointing start in January with a good win against Crystal Palace and a good result against Chelsea.
Early days, of course, but how's Henrik Mkhitaryan settling in here so far?
Well, you see straight away that he's a great football player, what we knew before we got him here. And after that, I will know more about him in 2-3 days, because we have now 2-3 good days to prepare, and what is the best possible position for him, and how quickly we'll integrate the way we want to play. But it doesn't look that there would be any problem in there.
And finally from me, it's still 4 days until the Swansea game. What's your early team news?
Giroud should be back in the squad for Swansea. Welbeck is too early, and that's basically it.
Morning, Arsene. First of all, reports this morning of a missed drugs test on Monday for Alexis Sanchez, one of your a former player now. Can you just bring us up to speed and clarify exactly what happened on Monday?
Look, on Monday was a lot going on, and it is a special day for Alexis Sanchez, because you have to do paperwork, you have to travel, you know, and is he still our player on Monday or not? You don't know, negotiations going on, so I think it's a special event for him to miss a drug test, because he was certainly busy somewhere else with his agent, and although he has been tested so many times here, that it is no worry for me that he has any doping problem. It's just the bad day for him to be tested.
It is a bad day for him. Whose responsibility was it in terms of whereabouts and notification of where he was supposed to be?
Honestly, on the administration side, certainly it'd still be our responsibility, because on the day he had not moved, so maybe it will be down to us, to our responsibility. I don't know what really happened, but usually we always try our best to get our players available, and always coordinate well. I don't really know what happened. I have to check, man.
Has there been notification from any official bodies, the FA or UCAD, about what might happen next and what the procedure will be?
No, not yet, no.
Does this happen a lot in terms of player whereabouts? We saw it happen with Manchester City and Bournemouth. They've been involved in the situation.
No, it doesn't happen a lot. It happened to us that we had a player like Fabregas, who went to Spain, you know, for treatment, and was controlled in Spain, and they couldn't find him because he was at the doctor's office. So sometimes it can be difficult to localize the player at the right moment, but overall, I must say, with the number of controls we have, it doesn't happen a lot.
You seem quite relaxed about it at the moment. Are you concerned that there could be any sanctions imposed on the club at all over this issue?
No, I'm quite relaxed because we have nothing to hide here, and if we always try our best to cooperate with doping control, I pushed always for football to do more against doping, so I don't see why we should not cooperate. We try our best, but this was a special day.
And you're confident this will blow over, this will be smoothed over?
I hope yes, because I can see the most important is that the intention is right. You know, the intention of Alexis was certainly not to hide, nor was our intention to hide anything. We have nothing to hide.
Transfer window still open, but only a few more days to
Thank
go.
you.
What's the situation with Aubameyang? Because the last bid was rejected. Are you expecting to go back in for him again before the window closes?
I cannot tell you more. You know, we have nothing to announce today, and at the moment we stay where we are. We keep our players. We have added Mkhitaryan, and we have lost Alexis Sanchez, so our squad is stable. And will anything else happen? At the moment, I would say I don't know. It's still possible, but we are far from being close.
Does interest remain in Aubameyang?
I don't give you any special name, but will we still recruit somebody? It's possible. We try, but at the moment we are not close to sign anybody.
Was Olivier Giroud ever proposed as part of a deal to bring Aubameyang?
No.
So that's definitely off the table. Reports this morning that Chelsea have turned their interest to Olivier now. First of all, has there been any approach, and if so, or if there was to be an approach, would you resist letting Olivier go to?
I want Olivier to stay. I just told you, if nobody comes in, nobody goes out at the moment. Maybe one or two young players out on loan somewhere, but the experienced side of the squad will remain the same unless somebody comes in.
Are you looking forward to the end of this window?
I'm looking forward to every end of the transfer window.
Is it hard work?
It's not hard work, it's disturbing, it's work. We are here to work, that's our job, and we want to do well our job, and we do not complain about the work. It's just that you want your energy in the team, inside in the dressing room, be focused on the next game, and as long as the transfer window is open, it's not always the case. So it's more a difficulty on the mental front than on the working front.
You said Mkhitaryan has settled in well. Can we expect to see him making his debut against Swansea?
I haven't decided that yet. We'll certainly decide that on Monday, but he's available, so like everybody else, yes.
Jose Mourinho yesterday said that this was a deal that benefited everyone. United got a fantastic player, Arsenal got a fantastic player, but he made a distinction between a fantastic club and a giant club. What do you think he meant by that?
I don't know. You should ask him.
Well, do you see Manchester United as a giant?
Can you be fantastic without being giant? Yes. Can you be giant without being fantastic? Yes. I don't know. You should ask him what he means by that. I think there are two great clubs and two players. Maybe the two clubs have made a good deal. Yes.
Could you just clarify something that I don't know if it's been twisted? Before the Chelsea game, you said something about clubs that are getting a lot of praise who haven't actually won anything a long time. And the way some people interpreted it, the way it was put to Maurizio Pochettino, was that you were having a dig at Spurs. Could you just clarify exactly what you meant with your initial comment?
I just complained that we are always in the hot spot. You know, I didn't speak about anybody. Somebody came. That's why I'm not happy with that, because I didn't speak about Tottenham at all, and I didn't even think about them. I just was a general example, and I didn't speak about anybody. And I think I worked for 20 years here, and I respect the press, but. And I stand up for what I say, but I don't accept to be questioned about things I have not said.
Maurizio I think, put to him as if you'd said it. And he said, "Oh, I respect Arsene, but he's made a mistake." But do you think he's been misled? Maurizio's been misled?
Yes, of course he has been misled, and he said I have to focus on Arsenal, and he's right, and that's what I do. I have no problem with him or with anybody else. I just think I want to be responsible for what I say, but not what I was supposed to think to say, and that's really disappointing for me.
Arsene, you look at the number of teams that are involved in potentially a relegation battle this season, and it's more than any other season in recent years. Does that make it more difficult when you're going to a place like Swansea to go to those teams that are all fighting for something?
Yes, it makes it more difficult, and I agree completely with you. And when you anticipate a little bit the league, you could think as well you have to make your ground up before April, because in April you will have a few teams. What we noticed last year is that some of the teams who battled to be safe, once they were safe, they lost many games, so it was more difficult than any other year to make ground up after April, because some teams just once they were safe, they gave up and were a bit less focused and lost easy games. You could see scores 4-0 after 20 minutes, for example. And so that's why this period is vital for us.
So this period, when you look at a fixture list, if you have got teams that are involved in that mix, it's actually tougher.
It's tougher because when you look at the results for what has changed compared to 10 years ago is that the teams are ready to fight for 90 minutes, they are ready to be organized for 90 minutes, and there's no weak moment in their organization. And you see more and more teams who have 30% possession who win the game. It was the case again with Swansea against Liverpool. And we see that more and more.
On that match, Liverpool were criticised for potentially not trying enough to break Swansea down. Is that something you're working on in terms of being an attacking outfit?
Look, when you don't win, you're criticised, and I think Liverpool tried. And what is a good warning for us is Liverpool is a team who is an attacking team. You cannot criticise Liverpool for not attacking. They are a team who is very dangerous going forward, and they didn't manage to score against Swansea. So that is a good warning sign for us that we have to produce absolute total offensive performance.
Finally, Mkhitaryan and Ozil, you've already mentioned that you would be willing to play them together, and that's certainly got fans excited. Is that the intention going forwards?
Yes. Our intention is, as I said many times, we signed Mkhitaryan on a longer contract when you had with Sanchez, and our intention is as well to keep Ozil at the club, and hopefully we will manage to do that very soon.
Are you any closer with Ozil?
Not close enough to be optimistic, and not far enough to be pessimistic.
Okay. So, do you think you're closer than maybe in the summer? I mean, is it progressing?
Well, the vibes I get from his commitment, from his focus, from his desire for achievement with the team is he behaves like somebody who is completely focused and committed and ready to commit. But after that, contract negotiations are what they are, and here we are a little bit not close enough to tell you yes, he will do it. I don't know.
Just on Olivier Giroud, he obviously nearly left in the summer. He stayed to fight for his place, but he's only started one Premier League game. But has he asked to leave at all this month, or because you said you don't want to let him go, but has he actually asked you to whether he wants to go away?
No, I have a consistent exchange with Olivier Giroud, and we speak about the situation a lot. He played many games, because he played a lot, all the games in Europa League, came a lot on as well in the Premier League, and scored important goals for us. He's an important player here that everybody wants to stay and respect it. There's a high respect for Olivier Giroud in this club. But He will get certainly more games, and he could only leave if somebody else comes in.
Is he not, though, in a similar situation to Theo with the World Cup coming and?
Yeah, it's similar, comparable situation, yes.
Obviously Theo ended up.
Yeah, but we lost Theo, and to lose Theo and Olivier without then getting anybody, for us would be too many players, too many top-class players to leave the club.
Can I just ask you about Santi Cazorla, what the latest is on this situation?
The latest news is he's supposed to come back now, and he had a new surgery, and to see where we go from there.
Will he play again this season now? He's talking about 2019. I'm assuming that means he's not going to play this season.
I'm not informed well enough about his medical situation. I sent him a message 2 weeks ago, I think, and wishing him well and hope to see him soon, but he has not come back yet because he had just surgery, and medical people know much better than I do if he will play again in 2018 before the end of the season. I don't know. I'm on that front. Before the end of the season will be hard for him.
Will you offer him a new deal?
That depends on his medical availability at the top level, we have to assess that until the end of the season. If Santi Cazorla is fit and capable to play, yes. If he's not, of course, we have to see that.
Because there's got to be a doubt, given how, I know he's a great player, but just how long he's been out for at his age, there's got to be a doubt whether he will ever get back to that top level.
That's why I tell you it's a complicated situation because we, first of all, we love him. Secondly, he's a great football player, and but after third situation is that you need to be healthy today to play at the intensity level that is requested in the Premier League. So we have to see if he can absorb that or not.
Can Mkhitaryan play in that Cazorla role? I mean, we've talked about it on the left. But if Ozil stays, do you still envisage him playing in that Cazorla role? Or?
I think Mkhitaryan can play in all positions in midfield. Box to box, maybe certainly not a defensive role, holding player, no, but all the other positions are not out of reach for him. Until now, he has been more wide player, He can certainly absorb that role in a kind of winger playmaker, but I don't rule it out as well for him to become a box-to-box player.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Awesome.